Hey guys, Jeff here, Dice Centers. So you might have noticed there was two videos I posted last week on bubble craps. It was 3 days ago. Well, this week I guess, Sunday maybe. Um, it was not me playing bubble craps. It was a guy named Vegas Policy. Vegas Policy, you'll probably see him a lot on TikTok. He'll go from New York to Vegas. He knows a lot about casinos. He's lost more money at craps than I will ever make in my entire lifetime. He went through the casino one time and talked about playing craps, and I texted him. It was during a live broadcast, and I said, "Hey, have you ever thought about setting your dice?" And his remark was, "Well, that's pretty silly, don't you think?" And so I'm like, "Okay, well, if it makes me money, I guess that's silly. That's not a problem." But I didn't use those videos with his permission. But I wanted to show you something. His whole thing was about house advantage. Play it this way, you'll have less house advantage. And the way he was playing was, you got, of course, money on the pass line because you're shooting. And then once you make your point, you're going to sit there and put money on the come, which is like the second pass line. You have to escape hitting the 2, the 3, and the 12. Make another point, put max odds on it, and roll again. Bubble craps is nothing but a random shooter. It's totally, if you want to see how a random shooter shoots, bubble craps is it. So you want bubble craps to hit not once, but twice. Even when you're playing at the casino in a real game, that's not what you want. Unless the person is a dice, setting the dice and is good. He's hitting his mark, he's hitting his numbers. Other than that, I wouldn't want to sit there and play the come. It's just, you got to hit it twice. To give you how incredibly hard that would be for a random shooter, not someone that knows what they're doing, not someone that sits there and dice sets, not someone that sits there and practices. It'd be like throwing a tennis ball at 100 feet away and hitting the bullseye. And then using a different weighted tennis ball and from a different direction and hitting that bullseye again. That's basically what the come line is doing. Once you put the money up there, you can take down your odds, but it's locked in place. Once the come moves up, you can't take it down, just like the pass line. Once the point is made, you can't take it down. It is a contracted agreement. Now, why would it be a contracted agreement? Because the house knows that there is a little bit of an advantage that you're going to sit there and lose your money. There's two things that the casino have that we don't have. And they have a lot more of it than we'll ever have. First one is time. The second one is money. They got more time, more money than that's the reason the casinos look the way they do. We don't have that much time and we don't have that much money. So that's the reason why it's got to be a contracted bet. Why is it that when you lay it down and the roll happens, if you do not hit your point, why is that a contracted bet? Because there's more chances of you hitting the 7 and you losing that bet than any other number. But once you make your point, you can take your money off the dome. It's no longer a contracted number. The reason why is because you're probably going to win more than you're going to sit there and lose. Paulie C was in there for, I think at the very end, $1,600. $1,600. Watch it again if you want to, or if you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, watch it. Mark down what would happen if he only played $50 don't. One time he rolled 3 crap numbers in a row. He rolled like a 3, a 3, and a 2. That would have been $150 right there. And that's all you did. Just $50 don't. No, nothing else. Just $50 don't. Throughout that whole video, if he did that, he would have been up $400. But instead, he's down $1,600. And he's showing you this is the way to do it. This is the way to sit there and less house advantage. No, it's not. I'd rather have to sit there and put money down on the 9, place bet, put money down on the 8, put money down on the 6, because whenever I want to, I can pull it back. I can sit there and add to it. I can sit there and subtract it. I can sit there and pull it down whenever I want. But you play the come, and once it comes up there, it's it. You cannot ask for it back. You can ask for your odds back, but you can't ask for it to come back down. It's contracted. What happens if the guy rolls the dice off the table 4 or 5 times? Superstition. You're going to roll a 7. There's nothing you can do. You can't sit there and say, hey, turn those off. No, it's contracted. It's going to happen. Just because it has less house advantage doesn't mean anything. I would take to put my money down on the 9, the 8, the 6, then sit there and put it in the come, because I have an uneasiness, a feeling about it, turn mine off. Okay, everything seems to be good, turn it back on. Doesn't matter about that less house advantage. They got to hit that number twice. I am a dice setter. There's times I will sit there and hit my number over and over and over again. Same table, same dice, my next turn around, and I hit everything but my number. Remember, casinos have 2 things we don't: time and money. That's how come you're going to sit there and lose if you don't know what you're doing. Of course, Paulie C was up 1,600, or down. He was down 1,600. And if all you did was $50 on the don't, you had been up 400. It'd been fun. You would have had players' points. You would have had lots of ups and downs, but you still would be ahead. And $1,600 in the hole on bubble craps, that's okay. Another thing is that he had way too much money on the table. You would hit the 6, then you hit the 8, and then of course he added the odds, and it was of course max times odds. And at first he was only doing $5. Then he went to $10. So with that extra bit, now your 3 times, 4 times, 5 times odds is now twice as much. And you still got to hit your numbers without hitting 7. It was horrible. Today I'm going to sit there and show you, hopefully show you, the dark side. I want to show you what you need to do to win, and doing so with dice sets and playing on the dark side. If you've ever noticed the table, the layout on the table, and mine doesn't have it, and I think they went away with it, but if you go back 10 years, in the little corner, right where the edges would be on both sides, they would have a 6 and 8. And they were big, 6 and 8. Why do they have that big 6 and 8? I don't think there's a table out there that has it. Let me know in the comments if they do. But that paid even money. The 6 and 8 in that little corner paid even money. But yet the 6 and 8, you can sit there and place that, and for every 6 you can get $7. That's not even money. That's getting more than what you put down. The reason why they did that for is because it's a sucker bet. People see this big giant 6-8. Oh, I'm going to put money here. And all you're doing is, you might win, yes, but for every $5 or $6 that you put there, you're only getting back the same amount. So it's 100%. It's not playing 6, getting 7. It'd be like playing blackjack, and their pay odds are worse. They're not paying out the way they're supposed to. When we play the don't, people sit there and put odds on the don't. If you play at Ellis Island, you can go up to 10 times odds on the don't, or you can do 10 times odds on the pass line. Your first initial bet on the don't, say it's $50, that pays 100% if you win. So if you put down 50, you're going to get 50. If you put down 100, you're going to get 100. However, on odds, it doesn't work that way. It's half. So if you want to win 50, you got to put down 100. That's not the way to sit there and win. That is not the way you want to sit there and win. Could you imagine a slot machine that you can put in 50, but you're only going to get back 25 if you win? You're going to risk 50 to win 25. That's not it. So on the don't, I recommend not to sit there and put the odds there. Don't do it. You might do it for the first time. Um, Once your point is established, and if you want to put it on the don't come bar, you can do that as a coverage of what happens if you 7 out, and that would cover that don't come bar. But once that don't come bar moves to a point, go ahead and take down your odds, because I will sit there and, if you want to give me $50, I'll give you 25. I could do that all day long. It's not it doesn't make sense. The reason why it doesn't make sense for is because they know you're going to win. In the long run, the don't is going to win. Time and money. It's two things that the casinos have that we don't have. Time and money. Eventually, the 7's going to get rolled. Eventually, you're going to run out of money. Time and money. So think about it that way. Think about, where are you putting your money? How often do you win? Look at the people that have the most money at the table. Most of the time, there'll be 1 or 2 people sitting in the corner. They have like tremendous amount of money, and they're playing the don't. Look at the don't line compared to the pass line. Which one's bigger? Which one wraps around the whole entire table? Which one only has a small section here and a small section here? Which one do they want you to play? Which one will eventually going to lose? So we're going to sit there and play the don't. I'm going to try my hardest to dice it for the don't. We're going to sit there and try to sit there and not roll a 2, a 3, a 7, 11, or 12 on our first come out roll. And then once we establish a point, we're going to try our hardest to roll a 7 and not to roll our point. I don't know how good I'll do, but I want to get, about my 100% out there, and hopefully it works. And this time, most of them I sit there and start rolling first, and then I do my intro. This time I have no idea. I don't know how good it's going to be, but hopefully it's going to be good. So stay tuned, and we're playing the don't, the dark side. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey guys, Jeff here at Dice Airs. Got 200 on the table, 25 on the don't, no insurance. Come out roll 2624. It's going to be a 4. Now we're going to go to a 6265. Eight. So, let's try it again. It's going to be a 6. Two. Yo. Yo. Five. Didn't land quite the way I wanted it to. Boy, it didn't land at all like I wanted to. This, if we just nail the landing, I think we'll get something. Four. That was better landing. Five. Nine. Yo. Eight. Seven. Go for the last one. See if we can do this 3 times. Yeah. Seven. There you go, guys. Up $75. 2624 6265. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. I know I don't have all the fancy everything to go along with this video, but you know, sometimes fancy is not what we need. Sometimes it's just knowledge and knowing what we're talking about. So please get the word out. I definitely would like to increase my subscribers. I could do more things if I had more subscribers. Please like it. That puts the word out. Thanks, guys.